Hi guys, it is Starseed Mentality back at you again with another live video. And before I get started, I have to commend the god Ra for just doing it for my melanin. Okay, I'm over here sun kissed. But anyway, in this video we're going to be talking about Kundalini energy. Okay, now there's a lot of things that I'm studying still about Kundalini energy and all of that, but I basically wanted to do kind of a basic video on what Kundalini energy even is, and how it operates and where it comes from, based off some things that I have channeled and some things that I have studied. So if you cannot see here, this is my art piece that I actually won. I won an art contest for this digital or graphic design piece that I put together. And if you do not know, I have an art page entitled africana.arts. I'm going to tag it when I post this on my Instagram. Go check out my art page. Really good content, of course, as always. All right. But today, I really wanted to talk about the Draxone energy, or our inner dragon that we all have, which correlates to our Kundalini energy, and how it ties into the story of Horus. So if you guys haven't watched my video on Isis, or not Isis, when I talked about the origins of Eve and things of that nature, we talk about Horus, and how Horus is another word for hero, simply because of the story of him defeating his lower dragon. Okay, and so this indicates my chakra video that I did. Let me pull it up. In that chakra video, I was explaining how, let me put myself right here, your root chakra is your lower self, and how you have to climb all the way to your crown. And if you guys do not know, this is how pharaohs were initiated to be officially pharaohs, to rule over the land of Egypt. You had to go through a ceremonial process of opening up your chakras and becoming a spiritual vessel to rule over the population. Okay, and so this is where we get the idea of even in kingship, how, you know, there's a priest and a king, or the king is kind of he rules over the people because he is God, or things of that nature. It's a European twist on the African concept of this spiritual. And again, you know, when we talk about Kundalini energy, you want to defeat your lower parts of your nature, your primitive forms of nature, where you're animalistic, where you're only your primal energy is to survive. You want to rise outside of that into a more spiritual dynamic, where it's something outside of just survival and things of that nature. Okay, and so you have to defeat this one dragon, okay, your lower dragon, to rise up and become a hero. All right, but the highlight of this video is interesting in terms of the remixing and the perversion of these priesthood mystery systems. You know, this concept of Egypt and the Illuminati. If you haven't watched my video where I explain kind of the history and the changes of the Illuminati, it was always secret societies, even all the way back in ancient times, what would used to be called mystery schools. Okay, and this is the type of information that they would teach about tapping into your dragon, okay, and how to get through, and how to rise in your higher self, or or connect with your higher self or your higher being, okay? And so, or what they will call in the Yoruba priesthood, your ori, okay? And so, but of course, I was channeling at some point how there's an interesting dynamic with the spiritual community, that it is not all love and light, that in order to be a hero or to be a Haru, this is truly an alone journey. People are going to look at you crazy. People are going to say what you're saying is pseudo. People are going to make fun of your beliefs, you know, and you can't get on them because they'll turn around and talk about that's witchcraft and all of that. So we're living at a point in time where this is truly an alone journey to choosing to be spiritual and tap out of the matrix, you know, to understand the full mitochondria, big mama, the cosmic information of the universe. You want to step outside the matrix to fully understand. It's truly an alone journey, and no one is going to understand you or why you would even want that. Okay? And so when it comes to defeating your lower self to become somebody bigger, you know, and rising to the occasion, it's perverted when we talk about the Illuminati that we have today, when we talk about the Farsian bargain. The idea that you have to give up something to rise as something else. This is truly a divine sacrifice that's going on, and not the kind with children and humans and all of that. That's not what we do. This is a defeat of your old self before you walked into spirituality, killing off that dragon to rise in your new energy, your new dragon. Everybody knows the concept of how a snake sheds its skin. That's basically what's going on, so you can rise up. And it is truly an alone journey. And so this is ma'at. This is what we call balance. You got to give up something in order to be a better version of yourself, in other words. And this is the story of your Kundalini. All right? And the Freemasons today, or the Illuminati today, perverted it into, you know, you want to kill something off, debt something, in order to rise up in material abundance. But the spiritual concept of it, or the ancient practice of the Farsian bargain, was you gotta sacrifice something in order to rise up to your spiritual abundance. Okay? And so it's hard. Some of us gotta give up meat. Some of us it's a discipline, you know. And a lot of people are going to ask, you know, why is it that this dimension is so dense? Things don't move as quickly in this dimension that we are on. Because if everybody had the power, we would let our lower energies of the fact that we have it to take advantage of it. So we have been sent to Earth as a form of a disciplinary school to teach us that just because you have the power doesn't mean that you don't learn discipline. So this is your school to learn discipline, to not abuse your Kundalini magic, your Kundalini power. And of course, you have to give up something to spiritually evolve. Some of us, that's meat, pork. Some of us is giving up old temperaments, letting not people get to us. Your old self has to go in order to rise up to who you can fully become. Okay, so shout out to Haru, the ancestor Haru. I love y'all. Bata. Peace.